Hello, everybody, and good evening to you from Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. It is an international friendly tonight on MLSNextPro.com, one that many have been waiting for, between LA Galaxy 2 of MLS Next Pro and Wrexham AFC of League 2 in the EFL. Sean St. Jacques, happy to be with you here. It should be a very exciting contest between these two big names tonight in this international friendly. Here is where Los Dos find themselves in the middle of an MLS Next Pro campaign. 13th out of 14th on 20 points, but they've been in good form of late, and they expect to put on a very strong performance tonight in front of their home fans here, just 20 minutes outside of downtown Los Angeles. Los Dos have plenty of young, up-and-coming talent, and we are excited to see what they have on display tonight. On the other side of things, for Wrexham, of course, many know the story. The documentary, their celebrity ownership with Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney at the helm. They're coming off a historic season in the National League that saw them become champions and be promoted back to the Football League in England for the first time in nearly 15 years. They're hoping, after a tough defeat against Chelsea, to begin their preseason tour in the United States, that they can bounce back here tonight with a strong performance with Hollywood lurking in the background. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. Marcelo Sarvas has this 11 for Los Dos. It's a very strong attacking line in particular. Aaron Bibu's having a very strong season for Los Dos in MLS Next Pro. He has 10 goals and 5 assists to his name. And along with Axel Picasso, Ruben Ramos Jr. is also in good form and is a strong midfielder. Backline as well, led by the U.S. Under-20 international Marcus Ferkranis. On the other side of the coin, it is a very good 11 as well for Phil Parkinson and Wrexham. Many of the main men are there. Ollie Palmer and, of course, Paul Mullen, the two big goal scorers, are leading the line as well. Good midfield with Elliot Lee, Tom O'Connor as well. Plenty of talent there, and the experienced goalkeeper, Ben Foster, he's leading the back line along with Jacob Mendy, Owen O'Connell, and Aaron Hayden, who have all had great seasons and hoping to help Wrexham do big things in League 2 in this upcoming campaign. Well, a good crowd is expected here in Carson, California, 20 minutes outside of Hollywood, and we are expecting a really fun match, very entertaining match with plenty of talent on display. It is a very youthful LA Galaxy 2 team, but a lot of top talent that is hoping to break into the first team, and for some, into their national teams as well at the first team level, up against a Wrexham team that are champions of the National League and hoping to push for promotion again in League 2 in the upcoming campaign. We await the referee's whistle, and we are off and running. Well, Wrexham welcomed us into their home with their Welcome to Wrexham campaign. It's only right that America welcomes them right back for their preseason tour, and their second game of the tour is off and running, and we are excited to bring it to you here on MLSNextPro.com. Sean St. Jacques here with you, and it is Los Dos controlling in their whites from head to toe. Wrexham are in their blacks with the red and white trim, and we are off and running here in Carson, California. Wrexham early on the attack here. Mullen, nice close control inside of the penalty area. It is Barnett running onto it. Los Dos trying to clear their lines. Referee points for a corner here for the Red Dragons from North Wales. Well, the Welcome to Wrexham documentary, and of course the ownership of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, helped to make Wrexham famous around the world. But it's the talent on the field that allowed them to get promotion last season, and it was an early chance in the middle there. Simon Gilson called upon out of his goal for LA Galaxy 2, and it is back out for another set piece for Wrexham on the opposite side of the field. Well, it's many of the mainstays for Wrexham, Ollie Palmer and Paul Mullen, two top goal scorers in the National League a season ago. And of course, Ben Foster, who joined the team late in that National League push for promotion a season ago, in goal. So the Stars, fittingly, are out tonight here in Carson. Second corner kick opportunity here for Wrexham. And at the near post, and the header is ricocheted out of play. Looks like it's going to be a third corner here for Wrexham as Owen O'Connell got his head to it. And the Irishman had it ricocheted out for another Wrexham set piece. Marcelo Sarvas said that Lostos can give Wrexham a really tough test today. They're under the cosh here early on in these beginning stages of the match. Third attempt at a corner is whipped in. Referee sees an infraction, and Lostos win a free kick. LA Galaxy 2 coming off a 1-1 draw against Tacoma Defiance last time out. They won. He kicks from the spot that followed by 4-3. Of course, that is in play tonight. If this game were to finish deadlocked, we would go to a penalty shootout to decide who wins this international friendly. Long way to go, of course, but worth mentioning for those unfamiliar. Good control here from Adrian Gonzalez, who's having a strong year in Next Pro as well. A goal and 5 assists for him in the Next Pro campaign. Lostos 13th in the league. They just came off their first ever game as well recently against LAFC 2, first ever El Tráfico at MLS Next Pro level. Lostos won that by 4-3. As this ball in behind looking for Carson Klein. He's out for a goal kick. Now Ben Foster restarts things for Wrexham. Played for Manchester United from 2005 to 2010, a two-time League Cup winner under Sir Alex Ferguson. And then won a League Cup for Birmingham City. And they beat Arsenal in the final. Still one of the great cup upsets. And Lostos in behind here. They get a shot off in the end. Alex Alcala takes aim. And it's a comfortable save for the aforementioned Foster in the end. So you may not know that Ben Foster was on loan at Wrexham back in 2005. Rejoined them for the stretch run of the campaign last season. Had that incredible save in stoppage time against Notts County to help preserve a huge 3-2 victory over their National League rivals. Of course, Wrexham went on to win the league title and get promotion. Notts County ended up going to the playoffs, but fittingly, after the great season they had as well, they won promotion through the playoffs, and both will be playing in League 2 next season. There was that great interview with Ryan Reynolds and Ron McElhenney after Wrexham had clinched the title, about almost rooting for Notts County because of how great they had been, the great rivalry between the two to also get promoted, and of course, they ended up following suit. Wrexham back on the attack, and it's a curling ball looking for Ollie Palmer. In the end, easy enough for Gilson to read for Lostos. Wrexham, of course, coached by the great Phil Parkinson. What a career he's had as a manager. Was a youth and senior player for Southampton in his playing days, but he's more known for over 360 appearances for Reading in his playing career. Scored 20 goals for them. He's a Reading legend. And of course, as a manager, he's had promotion runs with multiple teams, including Wrexham, of course. But many may remember his time at Bradford City in particular. Had that shock run to the League Cup final. They beat Arsenal under Arsene Wenger along the way. Beat Aston Villa as well. As that pass is cut out, Lee looking for Mullen. And Lostos deal with it. Of course, Phil Parkinson pulled off a shocking FA Cup upset with Bradford City as well. They went to Stamford Bridge and beat Jose Mourinho's Chelsea back in 2015. And Bradford City came back from, believe it or not, 2 goals down to win by 4-2 it's still one of the great FA Cup shocks in English football history. And now what he's done here with Wrexham has just been remarkable. As Wrexham came so close in Phil Parkinson's first year in charge of getting promoted. They had to go through the playoffs after finishing second in the National League, but lost. And then to go through the National League route again for another season, but after 15 long years of waiting, Wrexham got back to the Football League last season. And even the improvement from those 2 years is known. I believe it was 84 points in the first season, 111 the second, as Palmer tried to link up with Mullen. Mullen claiming he was fouled on the give and go outside of the penalty area. And we play on. Well, Dignity Health Sports Park sounding a little bit like the race course there as they were looking for a free kick that never came. And Lostos reset with possession. Ball is headed in front of Phil Parkinson. LA Galaxy to reset. Well, Wrexham began their preseason campaign in the States with a 5-0 defeat against Chelsea. But Phil Parkinson said after the game in his post-game press conference, I should say, that Wrexham should feel happy about the performance. There were a lot of positives, but Chelsea so clinical. And besides the goals that were scored, and yes, 5 is a lot. Even Ben Tozer, the captain, talked about it after the game, that 5's a lot, but Chelsea were clinical, and other than the goals, didn't have a ton of chances, and Wrexham did create some of their own, just weren't able to take them. Nice skill there defensively by Owen O'Connell. Palmer with the hold-up play here for Wrexham. Out wide for Jacob Mendy. Mendy going right at Klein. Elliot Lee to pick up the pieces for Wrexham. He's able to flutter it over to this near side. It's a good step defensively there by Picasso. And Wrexham will settle for a throw on this near side, just to the left of Marcelo Sarvas. Of course, Marcelo Sarvas has a decorated resume as a player and a coach himself. Two-time MLS Cup champion with LA Galaxy and MLS right here at Carson, California. Joined the Galaxy Academy staff back in 2020 after being with the Colorado Rapids Academy. And is looking to lead these youngsters for LA Galaxy in the right direction. Mullen told to get up, another challenge. This time it was inside of the penalty area. Picasso continues the play for Los Dos. Near side, Delgado plays it centrally, and Los Dos again fend off another Wrexham attack. One last note on Phil Parkinson from last year. Of course, he was the National League Manager of the Season, fittingly, 2022-2023. Again, it was after that heartbreak against Grimsby Town in the playoff semi-finals 2 years ago, in extra time no less, that saw them miss out on promotion that first year with Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney, and Phil Parkinson in charge. But last year they got it right. And Phil Parkinson said in an interview with Men in Blazers earlier this week, the podcast, that it's promotion again. That's the goal for Wrexham in their upcoming League Two campaign. They want to continue to move up the English football pyramid. And when Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney took over at Wrexham, the goal was, lofty as it may be, to reach the Premier League, the top flight, with the likes of, well, Chelsea, Manchester United, who's also on the preseason schedule coming up there, Liverpool, Man City, who just won the treble. They want to be up there with the big names one day, and they took a huge step last season to potentially doing that. You never know. Delgado under pressure, and he clears it out of play, but it is a throw-in for the Red Dragons here. Taken quickly by Barnett. And it gets it back. It's a cross into the penalty area. Could fall here. Mendy looks to shoot. Oh, it's a great save by Gilson. So well taken by Jacob Mendy, but it's a better save by the Los Dos keeper. And it is out for a corner to Wrexham. Oh, Barnett's cross. Mendy, very patient play here. Opens it up onto his right. It's a vicious effort, but it is a great save by Gilson. And Wrexham will settle for a corner. Wrexham have been knocking on the door so far. Palmer's up there, it's swept in, but a whistle came before. Aaron Hayden puts the ball in the net, but the goal does not count. A foul in the middle of the penalty area sees Los Dos come out unscathed. Chested down to Mendy. Ball played central here. O'Connor under pressure. Hayden support for Wrexham. Oh, it's a lovely challenge, and Los Dos can try and counterattack the other way, but Hayden stops them in their tracks, and it's going to be a throw into Wrexham on the near side. Oh, the Wrexham preseason tour has had some nice stops off the field as well. They did visit a children's hospital in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Say hi to all the kids there, all the fans of the team as well. Phil Parkinson talked about, not just him, Ben Tozer and other players around the team have been just taken aback by the support that they've received here in the United States, first in North Carolina and now here in California as well. Phil Parkinson even went as far as to say that this was the part of the trip he was looking forward to the most, to be in Carson. His family and the families of the staff are joining them on this leg of the journey, and to be part of the glitz and the glam of Hollywood. And again, Carson just 20 minutes outside of downtown LA in Hollywood, California. It's something that they've all been looking forward to here, and Wrexham have just gotten a tremendous response. And it's not just because of the, well, Hollywood ownership, of course, with Ryan and Rob, but because of the documentary and because of the great play that they had during the last season. Palmer heads this down. Mullen picks up the pieces here. Mullen shot, he's blocked away and then cleared out of the penalty area. Another good chance for Wrexham from a set piece. Los Dos do enough. And Ben Foster recycles. So far in Carson, Wrexham players and staff actually visited the Hollywood Walk of Fame to see the stars that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and I believe they're actually right next to each other, fittingly enough. Posted a great picture of it on the Wrexham Twitter feed. So they are certainly enjoying the moment, Wrexham. It also is a reminder of what Phil Parkinson said before the preseason started, that Wrexham, yes, they went on that great all-expenses-paid Vegas trip to celebrate the National League title. They've had this great preseason run so far with all the amazing feedback and reception that everyone here in the US and abroad has given them on this preseason journey. But he's been reminding his players, Phil Parkinson, to stay humble throughout the entire process, because that's what it's going to take. A great dressing room, he says, and being humble, taking it one step at a time. That's what helped Wrexham become champions last season. And of course, many are eagerly waiting to see what they do next. Not only tonight and on this preseason tour, but in the upcoming League Two campaign in England. Of course, Wrexham went on a rather impressive FA Cup run last season as well. Beat Coventry City 4-3 and then took Sheffield United to a replay 3-3 game at the racecourse that Wrexham very easily could have won. In the end, Sheffield United advanced and actually got all the way to the FA Cup semi-finals before Man City thwarted them and went on to win the treble. Near side, Cannon. And again, trying to get on the end of it. Lostos get it upfield, but it's a recycle opportunity for Owen O'Connell and company. O'Connor. This is Elliot Lee. Mendy in support for Wrexham. Palmer and Mullen are in the middle. Lee again. Elliot Lee for Palmer. Palmer using his size and his strength to keep the play alive. Cross in by Mendy. Mullen in the middle. And Mullen commits a foul in the process. It was headed away by Isenga, who is there on the cover for Lostos. And it is a free kick for LA Galaxy 2 here. Mendy's cross on the replay here. You could see Mullen a little nudge in the back there on Riley Delgado. And that's what saw the referee bring this back for a Galaxy free kick. Nice turn there from Ramos Jr. It is a free kick for Lostos. Lostos control again. Delgado. There was a step in there by Cannon. Sent forward by Hayden. Now Mullen. And Mullen is caught up to defensively by Aaron Bibu. And Lostos clears. So far so good defensively for Lostos. They have bent, but they have not broken yet. Wrexham have been aggressive as we expected. Hayden. And again, this little turn by Barnett here. Palmer, first time cross into the middle. And Mullen was the target, but it is headed out of play for a Wrexham corner. Marcus Ferkranis on the cover for Lostos. Well, Palmer wastes no time here, sends it right into the middle. He's into a dangerous area. A little bit of miscommunication in the end between Gilson and Ferkranis. Leads to another Wrexham corner. They've had quite a few in these opening nearly 20 minutes. And from this corner at the back post, oh, Gilson gets a crucial hand to it. Looked like it was Owen O'Connell who nearly got his head to it at the back post. And in the end, it is going to be a throw-in for LA Galaxy 2. Well, worth another look. Certainly, Gilson had to deal with Mullen in the middle and was able to get a crucial piece of it before they were queuing up at the back post for Wrexham. It's been a 20 minutes that Wrexham have had the better of, but no end product just yet. Still looking for their first goal of the preseason after the 5-0 defeat in Chapel Hill against Chelsea. And again, 5-0, bit harsh on Wrexham. Chelsea were clinical. And Wrexham could have had a few big opportunities in that game to score themselves. Plenty of positives to take into this game tonight. And Wrexham are certainly hoping to get their first goals and win of this preseason, but Lostos have other ideas. We will see. And he's going to trickle out of play. And the Red Dragons reset at the back with the aforementioned O'Connell and now Ben Foster. Ben Foster played in the Premier League recently with Watford, then looked like he was going to retire. But Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney, the staff at Wrexham gave him a call. And boy, did he ever come to their rescue at the end of the National League season a year ago. One of those magical wins for Wrexham against Notts County, but also a 3-1 win to clinch the title against Boreham Wood. That immaculate brace from Paul Mullen to seal it. Mullen's the target here on the ball in from Palmer, but it's cut out. Good defensive work from Adrian Gonzalez for Lostos. course, you look at what's ahead for Wrexham as far as the upcoming season in League Two. They're going to be playing some big clubs at that level. MK Dons is who they begin with. AFC Wimbledon as well. Grimsby Town, who knocked them out in the playoffs a couple of seasons ago. Salford City as well. Notts County joined them. Tremere Rovers. And of course, Bradford City, Phil Parkinson's old team. Wrexham are in behind here. Oh, it's a gorgeous finish by Lee. But the flag is up. It will not count. Well, it was a sparkling finish. But in the end, the goal will not stand for Wrexham here. Worth another look. Palmer's build-up. Mullen back to Palmer. Lovely little chip over the top. And look at that finish by Lee. It's gorgeous. But unfortunately for Wrexham, it will not count. And we stay at level pegging. You can see why Palmer and Mullen are such a great dynamic duo for Wrexham, leading the line. Very versatile attacking forwards for Phil Parkinson. Ollie Palmer, who signed from Wimbledon initially in 2022 when he joined Wrexham, scored 17 goals in the league last season, 32 in total in his 66 games so far for Wrexham. But of course, Paul Mullen, who's from Merseyside, Liverpool in England, 64 goals in 84 matches for Wrexham since signing back in 2021. Was actually the FA Cup Golden Boot winner with 9 goals last season, despite a 4th round exit. He was in the FA Cup Team of the Season. Second best mark in the National League for goals, believe it or not. Second, with 38 goals last season. And of course, the 2 big ones that clinched it in that 3-1 win over Boreham Wood at the racecourse. That saw Wrexham end their 15-year wait for promotion back into the Football League. This ball is won back by Cannon. And Barnett looking for teammates in the penalty area. Over the head of Lee. Mendy. Back to Elliot Lee. Lee lays it off. O'Connor switches the point of attack. Rolled into the path here of Cannon. Cannon's ball across. It was flicked above both the heads of Palmer and Lee. Recycled by new Wrexham signing Will Boyle. Mendy. Still Mendy into the middle. Palmer couldn't get his head to it. Headed away by Isenga. Did so well once again. Isenga denies Wrexham for now, but O'Connor leads the attack again. Mullen lays it off for Mendy. Tom O'Connor, and into the middle. Ferk Ranis is there for Lostos. Lovely control there. Aaron Bibu does very well indeed for the Galaxy. Wrexham again, relentless. Bibu dispossessed, thought he was fouled. Wrexham win possession back with Lee. Lee, a slicing ball to this near side. Ryan Barnett to the byline. This cross is popped into the air. Barnett again. And it's cleared out of the penalty area for Aaron Hayden to chase. And it's sent all the way back by O'Connell. Elliot Lee. Mullen. Back for Lee. Again, good build-up play here for Wrexham. Maybe a chance to chop this into a chance here. Cannon, he goes down. Referee waves him back up. Hayden tries to keep it alive, but it's a crunching challenge and a booking for Aaron Hayden as well. Free kick for LA Galaxy. First booking of the match. We do see Lostos get a free kick. It was a nice weaving run by Cannon. 3 men around him in the end, and then this is the crunching challenge. A little bit of follow through as well from Aaron Hayden, and sees the first yellow card of this friendly come out. Isenga, who restarts the play for Los Dos, 4th in MLS Next Pro this season with 36 interceptions. Los Dos do come in on a 4-match unbeaten run in the league for Next Pro, most notably that big 4-3 win over LAFC 2, the first ever Next Pro El Tráfico. Went the way of LA Galaxy 2. Lee looking for Mullen. Mullen assesses his options here. Twisting and turning his cross. Barnett back across for Palmer. Couldn't quite get his head to it and redirect it. Still a fight for it here. Barnett dispossessed. Bibu into the middle. And Palmer's pressure there, but Los Dos play through. And Gonzalez controls for the hosts. A very vibrant start to this friendly. Some big chances for Wrexham. Elliot Lee thought he had scored earlier. Offside flag denied him. And now Los Dos could be in behind here. Picazo! Saved by Foster. Axel Picazo with Los Dos' his best moment so far. Foster had to make a couple of comfortable saves earlier, but that had some real menace behind it. Axel Picazo beats Aaron Hayden here with some lovely skill, but he couldn't quite beat Ben Foster. And Wrexham are able to deal with that attack, but here comes another. That one is crossed into the middle. Great ball from Delgado. Nobody in a white shirt, though, to attack it. And Marcelo Sarvas' group showing you what they're capable of here. Isenga to Delgado. What a great move that he just put together. Alcala put the shot on target to test Ben Foster in the opening moments of the game. Now Gonzalez, 5 assists in Next Pro this season. Schletto. Isenga. Near side, Picazo. Maybe a chance here, Gonzalez. And it is headed back to Foster in the end by Owen O'Connell. And Aaron Hayden resets for Wrexham. Flared forward by O'Connor, looking for Mullen. I beg your pardon, Lee, who was in the area. And it went all the way through. Well, Simon Gilson, goal for Los Dos, has had to make some big saves himself so far. The big save on a pile driver of a strike by Aaron Hayden, the biggest so far. Isenga. Gilson out wide. Wrexham with a bit of a press, with Mullen and Palmer leading the way. And again, Wrexham restart with Foster. Elliot Lee. Palmer. Sees Jacob Mendy. Lee, crossfield ball. And Barnett. Still Barnett crossing it into the middle, too close to Simon Gilson. Now can Los Dos counterattack here? Well, we talked earlier about the Welcome to Wrexham documentary. We asked Marcelo Sarvas if he had watched the documentary, and he said he hadn't seen any full episodes, but he'd watched a few little bits and pieces. Friends had told him a little bit about it as well. Even Phil Parkinson had admitted that he'd watched a few full episodes, but then got bits and pieces from friends, family, and others who had watched it and then filled him in on what had been shown and what had happened. And of course, Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney, big parts of that documentary, not just on camera, but they're both executive producers as well, and they put together such a great look into what it's like being a team vying for promotion at the lower levels of English football. And the second season, I believe, is coming soon. Los Dos are on the attack again here. Ball into the middle is a good one, and it's a great block by Hayden. Aaron Bibu was in the middle, but was not able to put the shot on frame. And then at the end of the sequence, Wrexham win a free kick. Well, again, it must be said, great passage of play by Los Dos. Great run on that far side. That was the big chance in the middle. Aaron Bibu, his eyes lit up. But Aaron Hayden to the rescue for Wrexham. Now then, Mullen dragged down. Free kick for the Red Dragons here. With 11 minutes left in the first half. Marcelo Sarvas' group has really grown into the game, and they have put together some very nice moments. A real test for Wrexham. And one of these two sides grab a lead for the end of the half. Tom O'Connor over this set piece for Wrexham. Curling one towards the back post. Boyle trying to redirect it centrally. Mendy and Palmer were queuing up. And in the end, it is a goal kick. Well, another look at it here. It's a decent ball from O'Connor. But in the end, Palmer in particular was waiting for it in the middle of the penalty area. It never came his way. Wrexham win possession back here. O'Connor. Elliot Lee has space to run into for Wrexham. Tried to poke it through, looking for Mullen. And Los Dos can attack the other way here. Ramos Jr. playing it centrally here. Alcala. Still Alcala. Maybe a chance here. Ruben Jr. And Bibu. Blocked again by Hayden. Lofted back in. And Picasso. Saved by Foster. More promising play from Los Dos. It's becoming end-to-end here in Carson. Mullen resets for Wrexham. Elliot Lee. Oh, he tried to link up again with Mullen. Didn't quite come off there. Well, we've seen plenty of positives from Wrexham, but Los Dos have tried to steal the show here in Carson in the first half of this friendly. But no goals yet. Big moments from Ben Foster, but also from his counterpart, Simon Gilson for Los Dos. Bibu Hands it back off of Palmer. Isenga had a few huge blocks for Los Dos himself, 51 in white in this first half. Barnett picked off the pass initially. Now O'Connor gives it back to Los Dos. Picasso plays it centrally. Alcala. Schlato. Midfield with Gonzalez and company. Out wide it goes. Can LA Galaxy 2 take the lead before halftime? What a story that could potentially be for the youngsters. And Schlato. Gonzalez out wide. Alcala, he's been vibrant recently for Los Dos. Lee forces him back. Galaxy stay in possession here. Schlato curling it in for Bibu, and just a fraction too firm. Out of play it goes for a Wrexham goal kick. We mentioned Ruben Ramos Jr., one of the standout academy players in the LA Galaxy system. He's actually played for the U.S. under-16s in his career. Randy Delgado as well for the under-17s back in 2022. I mentioned earlier, Marcus Fergranis actually won a CONCACAF championship with the under-20s for the U.S. men's national team. Helped them get to the more recent under-20 World Cup as well, where the U.S. went to the quarterfinal round yet again. They lost to eventual champions Uruguay. Headed back into the mixer by Hayden. Palmer in pursuit. And in the end, it stays with Los Dos. Alcala. Pressure by O'Connor, but he does very well. Ramos Jr. laid it off. Bibu over the top, flag is up. And an offside decision sees Wrexham win a free kick with 5 minutes left in this enthralling contest. Hasn't felt like a friendly so far. Both teams have certainly gone for it, as we were hoping. We remain at level pegging. Elliott Lee. In for Mullen. Mullen out wide. Mendy. Jacob Mendy. Back for Mullen. Elliott Lee. Wrexham looking for an opening here. Barnett's ball in, and it's claimed by Gilson. Well read and well held. Under pressure again. Nice ball threaded through. Bibu holds up the play rather nicely there. Los Dos are forced a little bit further back. Schlato resets. Well, Bibu was one of the players that Marcelo Sarvas pointed out to us when we asked who's been in good form, who's been having a good season. I mean, you look at the numbers, of course, and he's one of the top players in MLS Next Pro, the Reserve League this season, but how he's meshed with his teammates, and we've seen a little bit of that play out in this first half. That's what helps him stand out. And many of these Lostos players have had lovely little connection, link-up moves together, but this one breaks down. O'Connor in transition for Wrexham. Mullen lays it off for Lee. Paul Mullen surrounded by Lostos defenders. Mendy helps out. Mendy's cross in. He is held by Gilson. Oh, that was some nice little interplay in transition from Wrexham on the edge of the penalty area. But Mendy's cross too close to the LA Galaxy goalkeeper. Well, it's speared back towards goal. Gilson. It's a fantastic half for Lostos. Rotates the play. 2 minutes of the 45 left. Big chances for both teams. Both goalkeepers have been active, and both have made the save so far. Foster and Gilson. And again, if it does stay level, penalties will decide this friendly. It is an MLS Next Pro fixture in its second year of existence. A long way to go still. That's a lovely ball threaded through in behind, but well read by Ben Foster. Of course, many may know Ben Foster, not just from his career as a soccer player, but also from his YouTube exploits as well. The Cycling GK YouTube channel continues to flourish. And I'm sure he's documenting this trip to the United States as well. Ben Foster. And I believe he always has a GoPro in the goal. I'm curious if he's got one here tonight. We will see. A bit of a twist and a turn there. And it's a free kick for Lostos in the dying embers of this first half. Adrian Gonzalez stands over it for the Galaxy. In by Gonzalez. Handed away by Palmer. And that is how the first half ends in Carson, California. Well, it was very exciting and enthralling between LA Galaxy 2 and Wrexham. Both teams with a boatload of chances. But at the end of the half, it is LA Galaxy 0, Wrexham 0. And it is poised for a really exciting 45 minutes still to come. It has been a busy week so far in the world of MLS and MLS Next Pro. Prior to the MLS All-Star Game, 4 selected goalkeepers from MLS Next Pro were tasked with bringing back goalie wars. Here's Samara Perez with the recap.
I'm Samara Perez with MLS Next Pro, coming to you from Washington, D.C., and this is the 2023 Goalie Wars.
4 MLS Next Pro goalkeepers, 90 seconds on the clock to outscore your opponent. Only one will be crowned champion. Kicking things off, Huntsville City FC's Ben Martino and Crown Legacy FC's Isaac Walker, who shows off his throwing skills. His mom loves it. Isaac wins the battle of expansion team keepers. Next, Austin FC 2's Damian Laws versus Dynamo 2's Xavier Valdez. He's down by 2 with 15 seconds left, but then
big chance for Xavier Valdez.
You can see the fatigue starting to set in with both of these goalkeepers, though, because this is a session that they're putting on.
At the buzzer.
MLS legend Nick Rimando hyped on the sidelines. We've got overtime where Damian scores to win the Texas faceoff and advances to meet Isaac in the final. 2001 Goalie Wars champ Joe Cannon ready to hand off the belt. Speaking of cannons, Isaac showing off his to get off to an early lead, which he could hold on to with seconds remaining. But then another crazy finish.
Hey, Isaac Walker can just kind of salt this away. He's going to, I think, isn't he? He knows the time. Damian Lass has got to go quick.
Oh, my
Does he
goodness.
get it?
Oh, my goodness.
The crowd is stunned. We've got overtime once again. Isaac Walker keeps his focus and throws it past Damian for the win. And look at him. He's fired up. He's ready for the championship belt. Joe Cannon gives it to him and also gave him some great advice earlier.
He took our advice to a T. We said it's fairly close. You got to throw it, try to find the corners, be very accurate, because at the very least, you're going to get the other goalkeeper tired, and that will open things up. He did that.
And the icing on the cake, Isaac gets to share this moment with his family.
How about this? How about this? How about this? Come on now.
And that's a wrap. After a long hiatus, Goalie Wars made its return, and it did not disappoint. We had some thrilling rounds, some going into overtime, and in the end, it was Isaac Walker from Crown Legacy FC who takes home the championship belt. That's it from us from here in Washington, D.C. I'm Samara Perez signing off. We hope to see you again next year.
Well, we love to see Goalie Wars back and better than ever at the MLS All-Star Game. After the event, Samara caught up with the new champion, Crown Legacy's Isaac Walker.
What's up, everyone? We are joined by Isaac Walker of Crown Legacy, and now 23 Goalie Wars champion. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. I mean, this was my goal going into it, and yeah, I stuck it out, and I'm bringing this thing home to Charlotte. I'm so happy.
Amazing. What was the most difficult part?
Yeah, you know, it's making the save. The 90 seconds seems a lot longer than just 90 seconds, you know, and sticking it out and making the saves, but also being accurate with your throws. Yeah, that was most difficult. So.
You got the chance to talk to one of the Goalie Wars champions, Joe Cannon. What advice did he give you?
He was actually the one who told me to go with the throw, and it helped out. And he was telling me, be accurate, you can take your time, slow the pace down a little bit, and I did just that, and he won. I guess he knows a thing or two, huh? Yeah?
For you, what was going through your mind on that last play, and what was your strategy on that?
On the last play, well, I was a little bit disappointed he scored. He scored buzzer beater last second. I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to overtime. But it missed in the first overtime, so I was like, in my head, just score this and you win the belt. And so I took a deep breath, focused on my accuracy, and luckily put it in.
Isaac, you had the support of your family here. What does that mean to you?
Oh my God, it's awesome. They're so supportive. It's great to have family here in DC. It means the world to me, and yeah, I'm so glad they get to share this with me.
Who do you dedicate this championship belt to?
I dedicate it to Charlotte, Crown Legacy, Charlotte FC. It's coming home. Super excited to be a part of that organization, and yeah, I can't wait to bring it home and show all the guys.
Amazing. Congratulations once again.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Big congratulations to Isaac Walker, no question about it. Stay tuned. Next week, we'll show you some of the behind-the-scenes footage and some of the competition footage with special cameras our goalies were wearing during the All-Star Challenge. Earlier this week, the MLS Next Pro Invitational began from Salt Lake City. Colorado Rapids 2 and Real Monarchs in action. It continues Monday. Real Monarchs taking on Hoffenheim under 23s. And Tuesday, the Invitational finishes with Vancouver Whitecaps 2 facing Crystal Palace's under 21s. Also in action, 2 MLS Next Pro clubs. Of course, we'll host Wrexham during the European Club's U.S. tour tonight, of course, but also Wrexham heads east to face Philadelphia Union 2 in the hometown of celebrity co-owner Rob McElhenney on Friday, July 28th. These matches will air exclusively on MLSNextPro.com. Michelle is in Salt Lake covering the MLS Next Pro Invitational, and she looks back at the best from match day 17 with this week's edition of the Spotlight.
Match day 17 was one for the record books. I'm Michelle Montaigne, giving you your guys in the spotlight here from Salt Lake City. We got to start with your MLS Next rising star, Union 2's Luciano Sanchez. Now, this is not his first time winning the award. It actually comes just 2 weeks after his first MLS Next rising star recognition. Sanchez has earned a reputation as a late goal specialist. Well, in Union 2's game against Red Bulls 2, his goal in the 84th minute clinched his team's 7th win of the season. And we told you we're here in Salt Lake City. Well, so is your MLS Next Pro Player of the Match Day for Week 17. Rapids 2's Oliver Larraz earned the honor for his exceptional performance against the home team here in Utah, Real Monarchs. He not only scored a goal right before half, he also provided a beautiful assist to Remy Cabral. And while Larraz was a nominee for Best Goal of the Match Day, the honor actually went to the teammate of Sanchez. Union 2's Jeremy Raffanello launched a rocket off a high ball header and sailed it right over the heads of everyone that stood between him and the back of the net. Raffanello slightly edged out OCB's Wilfredo Rivera with a 48-45% margin. And speaking of Orlando City B, they are your team of the match day for Week 17. Despite going down a man, the Central Florida squad mounted a brilliant comeback against Atlanta United 2 with just 10 men on the pitch. It concluded with Rivera's game winner that was undeniably one of the most shocking goals you'll see all season. Congratulations to all of our players in the spotlight this week. Trust me when I tell you we'll have a lot to choose from next week with all of the MLS Next Pro action coming to you from Salt Lake City and from Washington, D.C. I'm Michelle Montaigne. We'll see you soon.
Always good stuff there from Michelle. It's 0-0 here in Carson. Second half coming up between Los Dos and Wrexham. But first, we take a look at Toronto, who hosted Inter Miami last night to begin match day 18. James Hadnot has the highlights.
Abeda Reda taps it in. An opportunity. Cuts in. The shot. Pumped home. Antonoglu. Catavolo. Lays it off. Walks by the goalkeeper. Stefanovic lifts it back in. Excellent from the home side. Felipe Valencia working the wrong way. Ball lost. This is Walks with numbers in the box. Right to Mbong. By a goal in the first. Batiste wants a goal for himself, and he has at it. A turn. Altabelli has it blocked away. The second chance, bullets it home.
Take a look at the schedule for MLS Next Pro upcoming. Or Saturday, big one. FC Cincinnati 2 against Red Bulls 2. North Texas, always a tough place to go. Benny Feilhaber's SKC 2 looks to be up to the task. And Crown Legacy, what a season they're having in their inaugural campaign. They take on NYCFC 2 to begin our great Sunday slate. In those last 3 games in particular, Atlanta and Huntsville, that's a big one on Apple TV+. Earthquakes 2 against St. Louis City 2. And then LAFC 2 take on the always tough Tacoma Defiance. We'll take a short break. On the other side, we will get to the highlights from the first half between LA Galaxy 2 and Wrexham here in Carson. Sean St. Jacques back here with you at the half in this international friendly between LA Galaxy 2 and Wrexham of League 2 in England. It's 0-0 at the break, and we get a chance now to recap the first half highlights here. Both teams have big chances. First few moments of the match, and that really was a sign of things to come at times, although Wrexham really were a big authority in this first half as well. Barnett crossing it into the middle here. And this was a nice take here. Jacob Mendy. That was a really good save from Simon Gilson. One of Wrexham's better moments in the first half. They kept on coming. First time ball in from Ollie Palmer. Was headed out of trouble by Ferk Rannis with some miscommunication there. It led to a Wrexham corner. And another big chance. Gilson palming it away before Ollie Palmer could get his head onto it as he was able to stride into the penalty area. It led to a Lostos throw-in on the back end. This was a really good spell for Wrexham. The middle sections of the first half. Great interplay here. Palmer's ball over the top. It's a gorgeous finish from Elliot Lee, but it didn't count. Offside flag in the end denied Wrexham their moment there. It was a tremendous finish. No goal, so it stayed at 0-0. Then look at this, Axel Picasso, beautiful skill, got into the penalty area, but thwarted in the end. And Ben Foster made a great save. And this is where Lostos had their best moments. In the end, a moment here, Ruben Ramos Jr., Bibu's attempt, knocked away by Aaron Hayden. And then the follow-up attempt also did not happen, didn't come off in the end. It's a stalemate at the end of the first half. LA Galaxy, looks like they made a change or two. Wrexham, looks like they did as well. Get those confirmed for you. Lostos will kick off to start the second half in their whites. Wrexham in their blacks with the red trim, going from right to left. Bibu gets us back underway in this international friendly. And the second half from Carson, California is underway. There's O'Connor. Doyle on this near side. Mendy had that big chance in the first half. Gilson came up with the save. This little ball threaded through here. Elliot Lee dancing his way through. Will Boyle back into the penalty area, and Gilson, he's there to collect. Lostos in possession. Lostos control at the back. Isenga. Maybe a chance here for Lostos. Lovely interplay. Ends up breaking down in the middle. Carson Klein, who was active. And now Paul Mullen leads the break for Wrexham. Still Mullen, waits for help. Threads a lovely ball through. It's a goal! Wrexham scores their first preseason goal in the United States. Andy Cannon finishes off the chance. Mullen facilitates. Cannon scores for Wrexham. And the Red Dragons have liftoff in Carson. They lead by a 1-0. Wrexham on the counterattack. It's where Paul Mullen is at his best. Mullen holds up the play beautifully. Gorgeous ball in behind, and it is a very, very cool finish from Andy Cannon. And after being blanked in Chapel Hill, Wrexham lead in Carson. What a moment for the Red Dragons here. Well, Wrexham's real Hollywood moment came at the end of the National League season when they gained promotion. But just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Wrexham make more history here with this first American preseason goal. Wrexham get a corner after some pressure. And maybe this is a real chance now for them to add on. O'Connor will set up the set piece. And Wrexham really make it a strong start to the second half. In it comes, goalkeeper punches it out. Wrexham look to re-establish possession here. It's deflected out for a Los Dos throw. Sergio Villalpando came on for Ruben Ramos Jr. at the half. That is the one sub we were able to confirm. As Elliot Lee wins another corner for Wrexham. They're really looking to ramp up the intensity. O'Connor. Whips the ball in. Header at the back post is down towards Palmer. And Los Dos are able to clear their lines here. And we'll see how the Galaxy can respond. They had so many positive moments. Marcelo Sarvas' side in the first half, but it's Andy Cannon for Wrexham. Oh, what a moment for the Red Dragons. Foster under some pressure there. It is cleared. And then the whistle for offside ends the sequence for Los Dos. Andy Cannon was signed to bolster Wrexham's midfield options back in December of 2022. Has plenty of EFL experience in his career. He's played for Rochdale, Portsmouth, and one of Phil Parkinson's former sides, Hull City, as well. He's got into the regular starting lineup back in February of this year. And was a regular throughout the rest of Wrexham's championship campaign. He scores here in Carson. And now it's Mullen! And Mullen misses the chance. Well, normally when he gets in that kind of position, he finishes it. He appreciates the build-up. Look at the replay here. Mendy's ball in his pinpoint. And Mullen, oh, it's a great attempt, but he does miss the target. He'd expect to do better, Paul Mullen. And on that occasion, not able to hit the target. Well, Mullen nearly adding a goal to his assist that he picked up just moments ago on the Andy Cannon finish. Here's Elliot Lee now for Wrexham. Trying to get through a couple of defenders, but now Los Dos could have some numbers in transition here. Alcala dispossessed in the end. And now then, Mullen on the near side for Wrexham. Can he go all the way? It's saved by the goalkeeper and parried out of the penalty area. Villalpando is able to come up with it. Adrian Gonzalez controls for Los Dos. Bibu through the back of O'Connell. And it is a free kick in the end for Wrexham. Palmer. Did look like that Matt Howard has come on for Wrexham as well, for Ben Foster in goal for the Red Dragons at the half as well. So both teams made some alterations. But it's Wrexham that have landed the big blow so far. Andy Cannon has Wrexham in front in this international friendly. Lee threads it through for Jacob Mendy. Mendy in for Mullen, and then Lee, 2-0. Brilliantly done. Some Hollywood stardust from Wrexham. And Elliot Lee, who was denied in the first half by the offside flag, scores this time. And the Red Dragons double their money in Carson. Lee gets it played into his feet. Mendy back across. It's a second assist for Paul Mullen. And it's a very tidy finish from Elliot Lee. And the Red Dragons are really breathing fire now. Well, that is what the California public came to see. Two great Wrexham goals. Well, Elliot Lee was a double promotion winner for Luton Town, who are now in the Premier League and just got promoted through the playoffs last season. His dad, Rob, was a former England international, and Ali, his brother, actually played for Luton as well. And now he's been on the big stage for Wrexham. Scored big goals during that National League title season as well a year ago. Lee's in again. This is Palmer! And it's a good save by the goalkeeper. Well, could have been three very easily there for Wrexham. Ollie Palmer, 17 goals in the National League a season ago. Oh, it's a great take from Ollie Palmer as well. Just couldn't pick a corner, and he hit it right down the middle. Of course, Elliot Lee scored the winning goal in that epic 3-2 win over Notts County when Ben Foster made that incredible stoppage time save. He's on the score sheet here for Wrexham in Carson. That ball is speared out to the far side. Lostos looking for a swift reply, but Axel Picasso sees it go out of play for a Wrexham throw. Mullen spinning his way to keep possession for Wrexham. Now Hayden runs out of room, and it's a Lostos throw. Well, Phil Parkinson is known for his halftime team talks. He's had quite a few that went viral from the Welcome to Wrexham documentary. To be a fly in the wall in the Wrexham locker room at halftime. Curious what was said. Maybe nothing was said. Just let's get on with it. Let's improve in the second half. And boy, has Wrexham come out and played even better than they did in the first half. And they have 2 goals so far to show for it. Cannon and then Elliott Lee. Here's Mendy. Mendy for Wrexham. Lee, the goal scorer, chopping it in. Paul Mullen has 2 assists already tonight. Boyle initially showing for the overlap. Now Mullen. Lee through looking for Mullen. Cleared away by Clyde, but not definitively. Wrexham pick up the pieces here. Just played out wide, and then a chance to cross it into the middle by Cannon. He's deflected out for a corner with Palmer lurking in the middle. From the corner, it's whipped in with pace, and Hayden was in the area. It falls for a volleyed chance by Cannon, and it ricochets out for another Wrexham corner with about half an hour to play. And it was a dangerous ball put in. Goalkeeper gets a punch to it, but then it's Cannon who unleashed a shot, and it did ricochet out for another corner to the visitors here. Wrexham are really taking this up a notch. In by Lee, headed down and off the bar from Mullen. Still up for grabs, O'Connor. Palmer as well, it's a goal kick. A mad scramble in the middle of the penalty area here. How unlucky is Paul Mullen? It hits the bar and the post, I think. And then neither O'Connor or Palmer could redirect it on target. And now Los Dos are going to make a few changes here. Mateo Carbone is going to come on. Delgado makes way. Picasso is going to exit as well. Juan Calderon is going to enter. Diego Lopez is going to come on as well. Alcala has had a good night for Los Dos. He's going to come off. And Legaspi looks to be coming on as well for Los Dos. And in his stead will be Carson Klein, who makes way. 4 changes at all for Marcelo Sarvas. Juan Calderon is this last change here. Picasso is off. So Picasso, Klein, Alcala, and Delgado all came off. Lopez, Carbone, Calderon, and Alan Legaspi all came on as Los Dos gives some other youngsters some run here as the LA Galaxy 2 side still trying to fight their way back into this game. Bibu, he tries to make some headway here. And in the end, he is penalized. It is a free kick to Wrexham. And there are some American Wrexham fans making their voices heard here in Carson. Doesn't quite sound like the race course. It is an American chant, it must be said, but Wrexham's players and staff love it all the same. Wrexham restart through their goalkeeper. It's flicked on towards Palmer. And maybe a chance here on the ricochet. Cannon, the goal scorer, trying to get on the end of it. And Los Dos will play this out of the back. Pressure from Wrexham. has had some mixed results so far tonight. At times they've been able to win it back rather high up the field. Other times, I have to credit Los Dos. They've been able to play themselves out of trouble from the back tonight. But they've not quite been able to take the chances they've created so far. Lopez plays it centrally for Gonzalez. And again, just a recap of the goals. Andy Cannon scoring for Wrexham, their first goal of this U.S. preseason campaign. Quickly followed up by a great finish off some beautiful interplay by Elliott Lee. And that is where we stand. LA 0, Wrexham 2. Los Dos continue to push, though. They've had a strong performance so far tonight, despite the scoreline. That ball is threaded through. Bibu. Some hold-up play, but his pass is picked off by Mendy. A nice composure there from Elliott Lee to play himself into and out of trouble for Wrexham. Ball floated forward. Mullen, who has 2 assists for Wrexham. Maybe a third one here, looking for Palmer, who couldn't redirect it. It falls into the path of Mendy. Still Jacob Mendy. Boyle, the new signing for Wrexham, lays it off. Cannon for Lee, and it could go in anyway. It's bundled in. Paul Mullen on the doorstep. Maybe it took a touch off a Galaxy player. But Wrexham's goal-scoring machine made sure that it went over the line, and Wrexham lead by 3-0. 38 goals in the National League this past season for Paul Mullen. And he makes sure, Mullen, I think he gets the last touch off his chest. And it does go into the back of the net for a third Wrexham goal. A goal and 2 assists for Paul Mullen. And the Liverpudlian has had a tremendous night in Carson. And as you can see now, the starters are coming off for Wrexham to massive applause here in California. Paul Mullen has been the lead man again for Wrexham, a goal and 2 assists. And a bunch of the Wrexham boys are coming on here. Luke Young coming on as well. We're going to try and list as many of them off for you as possible. Young is on for O'Connor. You can see there. Jones coming on as well. Ford for Barnett as well. You can see there Ollie Palmer. He makes way as well. So a fresh batch of Wrexham boys are coming on to try and see this off. But once again, when you think of Wrexham, you don't just think of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney and Phil Parkinson. You think of Super Paul Mullen. And he has been on full display here tonight in Carson, California. A goal and 2 assists. And he has been absolutely tremendous. Can Los Dos get on the scoreboard here? A shot does come in. And the goalkeeper, Matt Howard, makes the save for Wrexham. Out of play it goes. It's another Wrexham corner. Billy Waters, one of the other Wrexham players that has come on, was making a run through the middle. And Wrexham will look to add on here. Ben Tozer, the captain for Wrexham, has come on as well. Cleworth queuing up in the penalty area as well. Well, he's whipped in, nearly fell for an opportunity there. Anthony Ford, another substitute, gets there as well. Bryce Hosanna, who just came on in that litany of substitutions, controls for Wrexham. Well, Ben Tozer spoke with the media, if you will, with the Wrexham YouTube channel at the end of the game against Chelsea. He was just blown away by the amount of support. And Wrexham keep on coming. That's a big save from the goalkeeper. The follow-up is driven in. Wrexham score a fourth. And it is the substitute, Anthony Ford, fittingly, who gives Wrexham a 4-goal cushion. Well, great job from Wrexham there, following up on the shot. Looked like initially that the chance had gone. Sam Dalby gets inside the penalty area. His shot was denied, but Ford was there on the follow to finish for Wrexham. And the Red Dragons are 4 to the good. And they continue to write a glorious script here in Carson, California tonight. Well, the first half, Los Dos were very much in this game, but Wrexham have changed the tide in the second half. And they have scored now 4 goals here. Paul Mullen responsible for 3 of them, 2 assists and a goal. And now Anthony Ford off the bench gets in on the fun for Wrexham. Well, near the epicenter of where Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney made their name in the entertainment business, they see their club putting on a heck of a performance here tonight. And the fans here that have made the trip have supported Wrexham, whether it's been before the documentary came out or since, are certainly enjoying it as well. I know that multiple fans that were in the documentary have made the trip to California to see Wrexham play. I'm sure they are smiling from ear to ear at the moment as well. And they have 20 minutes left to savor it. And Los Dos have 20 minutes left to try and add a goal or 2, maybe more, we'll see. Los Dos have had some great moments, particularly in the first half in the attack, but we haven't seen the same kind of crispness in the attacking third in this second half. Jordan Davis leaves the throw for Callum McFadzean. Ford, the goal scorer, lets it run. Senna will watch it trickle out of play for a Wrexham throw. Well, there's still 2 more American preseason tour games for Wrexham. July 26th, they play Manchester United in San Diego. And then they do go to Philadelphia, McElhenney's hometown, where I'm told it is always sunny, to take on Philadelphia Union 2 on July 29th. But there's still work for Wrexham to do here in Cali. Ford into the middle, and Fergranis is there for Los Dos. It's not definitively cleared, and it's a good crisp strike back in from James Jones, but it's held by the Los Dos goalkeeper in the end. Well, again, in transition, Wrexham have been rampant in this second half. James Jones, who just came on earlier as a substitute. It's a good strike, but not quite good enough to beat the goalkeeper. Out wide, Legaspi gets it back. Looks like Los Dos are getting a couple more substitutions ready. Nice little weaving run through there. Scleto wins a free kick for Los Dos, and that will allow Marcelo Sarvas to make a couple of changes. Emiliano Garcia is going to come on, and Nicolas Charlotto, who just won the free kick, is going to come off. And then Marcus Fergranes is going to come off as well here. So we're going to double switch. A few more youngsters get some run in. It's one of the things Marcelo Sarvas talked to us about in the lead into this game, just the opportunity to play at the home of the first team in front of a big crowd, a big occasion. And they are certainly putting together some positive moments here, Los Dos, despite Wrexham scoring a boatload of goals in this second half. And there still might be some good moments to come. Bibu out wide. And Los Dos get onto the score sheet here. Nice little run inside the penalty area. But in the end, Bilal Pando runs out of room and he was snuffed out. LA keeps it with a throw. Wrexham win possession back here. Waters try to lay it off for Ford, and Ford is brought down, and Wrexham have a free kick with about 15 minutes and change left of the 90. Ball's played out wide. Nice curling ball into the middle. McFadzean keeps it alive for Wrexham. Rolls past him onto this near side and is able to keep it in play just about. Jordan Davis couldn't quite hold it. McFadzean wins it back. Jordan Davis crosses it into the middle and it nearly was headed on frame. But the chance is missed in the end, and Gonzalez clears for Los Dos. Well, what a trip it's been so far for Wrexham on and off the field in this U.S. tour. Chapel Hill to Carson, San Diego next, and is that another goal for Wrexham? Not quite. Gorgeous ball played in. Sam Dalby got his head to it for the Red Dragons, but couldn't redirect it on target for Wrexham. Wrexham could have had one or two more in the second half. Goalkeepers come up with a few saves, and Dalby on that occasion just couldn't hit the target. And Wrexham, of course, readying for that League Two campaign. And again, Phil Parkinson talked about it to the media in the lead up to this U.S. campaign. They are planning on getting promoted again. That is the goal. It's going to be a tough league, League Two. Plenty of familiar faces for Phil Parkinson and for Wrexham, as we highlighted earlier. It won't be easy, but it is still going to be an amazing story to follow with the documentary, but also following the games one by one as well in League Two this season. And Wrexham continue to write more incredible memories into this Hollywood script. And this is the latest one. No question about that. Coming to Carson, 20 minutes outside of Hollywood. And scoring 4 goals in an American friendly. Who would have thought it a few years ago that Wrexham would be here today? Los Dos, though, can still write a bit of a chapter here themselves. Calderon has it deflected into the path of Gonzalez. Legaspi It's a lovely little turn in behind. It's a foul. And it's a free kick for Los Dos in an advantageous position here. Well, Adrian Gonzalez has been vibrant in this game for Los Dos. He stands over along with Juan Calderon. Can Los Dos get on the score sheet here? It is Gonzalez, and he sends it over the top of Matt Howard's goal. And you can see he's a bit frustrated, wanted to keep that down a little bit more, but in the end it was always rising from Adrian Gonzalez. McFadzean crossing it into the middle. It's another dangerous ball. Los Dos do deal with it. And it is cleared away. Not definitively cleared. Davis tries to win it back. It's a Wrexham throw with 11 minutes left. One of the interesting things that Phil Parkinson, who was on the Men in Blazers podcast before the tour, talked about as far as the documentary part of things was concerned, as Davis wins a corner, said that Wrexham look for the right kind of player as far as who can deal with having a camera around, having celebrities around from time to time as well. Not just Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, but others like Will Ferrell, of course, who's been by to watch Wrexham play in North Wales, and others. Just talked about how at times the camera can fade away after a few weeks. It's just a normal thing that happens, and you just go on about it. And talked about being humble. That was really the biggest key, in having a good dressing room as well. That's been the key, he said to all of his teams that have gotten promotion throughout the years. Bolton Wanderers among them, along with Wrexham, Bradford City. It's always interesting to hear that kind of a perspective and being part of something like that, what it's like to be on the inside of things. And well, Parkinson said, you know, after a while, you forget the cameras are there. But he did add that you do get a lot of teams' best shots. Some of the teams they played in the National League on the road, Wrexham, drew their biggest crowds of the season when Wrexham came to town. So they did get a target on their backs, not just from their play, but from the documentary, from the Hollywood ownership, but they played so well through it. And now Wrexham could be in for another here, and Sam Dalby made a great run in behind. It is deflected out, and it's another Wrexham corner. One more great quote I want to share from Phil Parkinson in the lead up to the tour. It's just that these are pinch yourself kind of moments for Wrexham, for the staff, for himself, for the players, for the families of the players and staff as well. It's not every day they get to do this, and they have been thoroughly enjoying it so far as we're about to approach the midway point in the Wrexham American invasion, if you will. Tozer trying to control it on the far side. It's out of play. Los Dos have it via a throw. Well, Andy Cannon got it started with a goal at the start of the second half. Elliot Lee added a goal as well for Wrexham after that to make it 2-0. Then Paul Mullen, after he assisted on the first two goals, scored himself with his chest. And then the substitute off the bench, Anthony Ford, added a fourth. And that is the scoring so far tonight in Carson. And it has Wrexham in line for their first win of the preseason in America. Ball threaded through there. Couldn't quite find Waters. And Los Dos can recycle the possession here. Phil Parkinson did talk about an interesting story with Paul Mullen, and there was talk around Paul Mullen at one point kind of being a one-season wonder in his career. But Phil Parkinson saw the potential in him when they brought him to Wrexham. It was just, he said, about putting him in the right positions to succeed, kind of having him as the focal point and building around Paul Mullen. And for those that haven't watched Wrexham play in the National League this past season, and that are looking forward to seeing them play in League Two, and are seeing them for maybe the first time or a rare time tonight, you see why Paul Mullen is the focal point of this Wrexham attack. A couple more subs coming on for Los Dos here in the dying embers of the game. Well, Marcelo Sarvas was hoping that Los Dos could put together a good game and a competitive game for Wrexham. They have. The scoreline is a bit misleading in that regard. The first half in particular, Los Dos had just as many chances as Wrexham. But Wrexham in the second half have been relentless, and they have been clinical. And again, it's Man United next for Wrexham, and then they go play Philadelphia Union 2, also of MLS Next Pro, in Philly to finish it off. Wrexham on the attack again, out wide from Dalby. Maybe a chance to cross this into the middle, and it was a good run in from Jordan Davis, couldn't get his head to it. It's not definitively cleared yet, now it is. It is out for a throw-in. McFadzean will reset for Wrexham. Cleworth dispossessed and then held the shirt. And it is a free kick for Los Dos. Five minutes to go here. Dignity Health Sports Park, Carson, California. Sean St. Jacques here with you, our entire crew. On MLSNextPro.com and MLS Season Pass. Really appreciate you joining us. Hope you enjoyed the occasion. It's been really fun from start to finish. And it appears it is going to be Wrexham's night here. Just a hop, skip, and a jump outside of Hollywood. The ball is floated in. Sengen, who's had a really good night for Los Dos, heads it away. And Asel Isenga is also one of the top defenders in Next Pro. He has shown why tonight against big opposition. Played by Lopez for Los Dos. The ball is threaded through. Can LA grab a goal here at the end of proceedings in this international friendly? Must be said as well, this really has not been played like a friendly. Both teams have really gotten after it. It's felt like a league game. And it is a league game that, if you will, Wrexham will be grabbing the victory from. It's a foul and a free kick. Isenga has possession for Los Dos with 3 minutes of the 90 to play. Legaspi. Whistle, free kick. Can Los Dos have the final word here in Carson? Or will it be more fireworks from Wrexham? And again, the occasion was so great in Chapel Hill. The atmosphere selling out a 50,000 seater on the campus of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and seeing the Dean Dome and all of the great sights on that historic campus. Almost played out wide here. A chance for Wrexham to add another. Oh, it's a great save. Great curling shot from Dalby. It could fall for Jones, and Jones is blocked. Wrexham recycle it. It's chipped back in again. And then Waters was looking, but it was headed away before he could get on the end of it. Well, Wrexham nearly scored a fantastic fifth. And Phil Parkinson said before the tour that it's not necessarily about the scorelines, it's about the performance. The performance reigned supreme in friendlies in the preseason. And he said after the Chelsea game that there were plenty of positives despite losing 5-0 to Mauricio Pochettino's side. Well, now he has the positives, and he has a positive result on top of it. As we enter the 90th minute. Well, Chapel Hill was great. Carson has been great as well. Lostos have played their part in the occasion. Make no mistake about that, especially in the first half. Could have scored multiple times if it wasn't for Ben Foster. But Wrexham up to their level and have shown their class in the second half of play. And it's led to 4 goals. Ford, who scored the 4th. McFadzean. And again, it's about to approach some potential injury time here. You can see there the 4th official says that there are 3 more minutes left in this international friendly. Wrexham are back on the attack. James Jones. It's served in. Oh, it hits the bar. Well, the goalkeeper misjudged it. No one for Wrexham attacked it. Looked like it might have been on its way out of play, but it stings the frame. And now Lostos looking to come the other way. Can they find a late moment here? Legaspi playing it central. Alan Legaspi's ball in is decent, but it's chested into the path of Matt Howard. And Wrexham had more than enough bodies back there to defend it on that occasion. Nice skill there to keep it. McFadzean beneficiary after a nice marauding run from Billy Waters, the striker. Cleworth. To Ben Tozer. It's a fresh Wrexham side from the 11 that began the game and played a good chunk of the second half. Again, Paul Mullen led the way with a goal and 2 assists tonight for Wrexham. It's been another great occasion. The club from North Wales that called the racecourse home after that incredible season that saw them finally get promoted. They are enjoying their moments in the sun, quite literally, here in Carson. And they have thoroughly deserved the result here, no question, especially with the way they started the second half. The first 15 minutes of it in particular were the difference. Lostos could have one last reply up their sleeves. Ball into the penalty area is headed away by Ben Tozer before anything could accumulate. Marcelo Sarvas's group should be applauded. They've had a very good performance here tonight. despite not getting on the score sheet, at least not yet. They're still pushing for it. Calderon. Well, it's crossed into the middle. It was headed out of harm's way, but not definitively cleared. Legaspi has his shot blocked away. And that is full time in Carson, California. Wrexham keep writing an incredible script in their footballing history. They score their first goals of this American preseason campaign and win their first game on the tour by 4-0 over LA Galaxy 2 here in Carson, California. The Hollywood Stardust was on full display tonight, make no mistake about that. Some great moments in the attack and some clinical finishing as well. It leads to a tremendous occasion. Lostos did their part, make no mistake about that. But it's Wrexham's night, and they do win it by 4-0. And tonight's man of the match is Paul Mullen for Wrexham AFC. Fittingly so, a goal and 2 assists tonight. And the man of the match is presented by Adidas. Paul Mullen is Wrexham's talisman, and he showed why again tonight. This was his goal. It was a poacher's finish, making sure he slid it off of his chest and over the line. It was his last major act of the match. He assisted on the 2 goals as well. And the man from Merseyside was the one that wrote the headlines for Wrexham here in Carson, California tonight. Great occasion, great friendly. And for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. Once again, our final score, LA Galaxy 0, Wrexham 4. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of MLS Next Pro may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.